Malaysia and Indonesia are two neighboring countries located in Southeast Asia that share many cultural, historical, and linguistic similarities. However, there are also some notable differences between the two countries. And in this video, we will talk about 10 differences between Malaysia and Indonesia. Number 1. Population. Indonesia is the world's fourth most populous country, with over 270 million people, while Malaysia has a population of around 32 million. The difference in population size has many implications for the two countries, including differences in political power, economic development, and cultural influence. Number 2. Economy. Malaysia has a more developed and diversified economy than Indonesia, with a higher GDP per capita and a larger middle class. Malaysia is one of the most prosperous countries in Southeast Asia, with a thriving manufacturing sector, a robust financial industry, and a well-developed infrastructure. Indonesia, on the other hand, still relies heavily on natural resources, particularly oil and gas, and has a higher poverty rate. Number 3. Education. Malaysia has a higher literacy rate and a more developed education system than Indonesia. Malaysia's universities are ranked higher in international rankings than Indonesia's, and the country invests more heavily in education. This difference in education levels can have implications for economic development and social mobility. Number 4. Transportation. Malaysia has a more developed transportation infrastructure, including a modern and efficient train system, while transportation in Indonesia can be more challenging due to traffic congestion and a lack of infrastructure. In Malaysia, the Klang Valley Mass Rapid Transit (MRT) system is one of the most modern in Southeast Asia, while Indonesia has only recently started investing in rapid transit systems, with the Jakarta MRT being the first operational rapid transit in the country. However, Indonesia will become the home to Southeast Asia's first high-speed rail, connecting the country's two largest cities, Jakarta and Bandung. Number 5. Sports. In Malaysia, football, soccer, is by far the most popular sport. The country has a national football team that has had some success on the international stage. Another popular sport in Malaysia is badminton, which has a long history in the country and is a source of national pride. Other popular sports in Malaysia include field hockey, rugby, and squash. The country has also hosted major international sporting events, such as the Commonwealth Games and the Formula One Grand Prix. In Indonesia, football is also the most popular sport, and the country has a national football team that has had some success in regional competitions. However, badminton is the country's most successful sport, and Indonesia has a long history of producing world-class badminton players. The country has won gold medals in badminton at every Olympic Games since the sport was introduced in 1992. Other popular sports in Indonesia include basketball, volleyball, and martial arts, such as pencak silat. Number 6. Dress. Traditional dress in Malaysia and Indonesia is different. In Malaysia, the traditional dress for women is the baju kurung, a loose-fitting tunic worn over long pants or a long skirt, while in Indonesia, the kebaya is a more form-fitting blouse worn with a sarong or batik skirt. These differences reflect the unique cultural histories and influences of the two countries. Before you continue watching, make sure you subscribe to our channel to learn more about Asia. Number 7. Politics. Malaysia and Indonesia have different political systems and histories. Malaysia is a former British colony and has a constitutional monarchy, while Indonesia was a Dutch colony and is a presidential republic. These different systems have led to differences in political power and the role of the government in society. 8. Religion. In Malaysia, Islam is the official religion, and the government enforces Islamic laws and practices. The constitution guarantees freedom of religion, but non-Muslims face certain restrictions, such as restrictions on proselytizing Muslims. The country also has a religious police force, known as the Islamic Religious Department or Jakim, which monitors Muslim behavior and enforces religious laws. Indonesia, on the other hand, has a more moderate and diverse Muslim population, with a tradition of religious tolerance. While Islam is the dominant religion, there are also significant Christian, Hindu, and Buddhist populations in the country. Religious practices are generally less strict than in Malaysia, and the government does not enforce Islamic law to the same extent. Number 9. Cuisine. While both countries have similar cuisines, there are some notable differences. Indonesian food tends to be spicier and sweeter, while Malaysian food has more Chinese and Indian influences. For example, nasi lemak is a popular Malaysian dish made with coconut rice, anchovies, peanuts, and sambal, a spicy sauce, while nasi padang is a popular Indonesian dish that features a variety of curries and stews. Number 10. Geography. Malaysia and Indonesia have different geographies. Malaysia is mostly concentrated on the West Peninsula and shares a border with Thailand, while Indonesia is the largest archipelago in the world that stretches from Sumatra in the west to Papua in the east. Malaysia has 878 islands, while Indonesia has about 18,110 islands. Indonesia's diverse geography has led to a rich variety of cultures and traditions throughout the country, while Malaysia's location has made it a crossroads of different cultures and influences throughout its history. And these are the 10 biggest differences between Malaysia and Indonesia. What do you think? Leave your comment below and let us know. If you like what you watch, hit the like button to show your support. More importantly, subscribe to this channel to learn more about fascinating Asia.